Deploying mobile apps used to take a lot of time and effort. You either had to code or use a no-code tool like FlutterFlow or similar tools to be able to develop the mobile app that you wanted to launch. The issue for both of these approaches is that typically it will take a lot of time. So you either had to code, which would take months, sometimes even years, to be able to develop something that was usable and approved by the marketplaces, or you could do it in FlutterFlow and similar type of software, but it would still take weeks, if not months, to be able to develop your vision and everything else. Now, my question is, what if there was an AI tool that would build it for you? What if there was an AI tool that would build the exact vision that you had just using AI and using prompts? Well, today's video is all about Bolt.new integration with Expo, which allows you to build mobile apps just by using AI. Now, before we move forward, I will ask you for two things. Number one, give me some ideas of what I could be building in the next video down in the description below. All I want to know is what kind of mobile app you would like me to build. We're going to be building a demo today of an app that I have in mind, but I want to showcase this in fuller details as more features become available. So by you leaving your ideas down in the description below, I will consider the ideas that are provided and I would pick the best one to be able to build it. Now, second, I will ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel as it helps me reach out more people around the world. The YouTube algorithm takes the likes and the comments and the subscribes into consideration when recommending videos. And I would really appreciate if you can hook me up with that as I'm hooking you up with this video. But with that being said, let's jump in and let me show you exactly what this new integration is all about. Now, before we move forward, I wanted to tell you exactly what Expo is because if you're not familiar with mobile app development, or if you're not a developer, you might not know what Expo is. And I wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. Now, Expo is an open source platform that allows you to develop mobile apps using React Native, which is a code language, which we're going to cover here in a second. It comes with pre-built APIs. It allows you to test and deploy your mobile application, and is one of the best tools out there for bootstrap startups, as it doesn't cost anything to be able to develop these apps and launch it. You can also use the Expo mobile app to be able to test your applications from your mobile device rather than trying to test it from the app. Now, on the flip side, you might be wondering what is React Native. React Native is a code framework that allows you to build mobile applications for both Android and iOS at the same time. It's really flexible and is one of the best frameworks to be able to develop for both type of devices. Now, without further ado, we're going to jump into Bolt and we're going to see what is possible. I have created a fairly simple prompt that we're going to use, and what we're going to be building is a workout tracker. So I have been using a few workout trackers and they're either too expensive for what they do or incomplete. And I'm hoping to create a mobile application that I can just go workout, track my progress, and improve upon what I'm already doing. We're going to send this fairly simple prompt and we're going to see exactly what we get back. And just as an for your awareness, my prompt is build a mobile app that tracks my workouts. I need to be able to track which exercises I do on my workout, the sets I completed, the reps, and the weight. I need to be able to save other data relevant to the workout in the database. I left it vague so the AI hopefully can infer what I need and get back to me and give me a better idea of what I should be tracking and implement it into the app. So right now is creating different tabs in the mobile application. As you can see, it is an app And this is going to be created using Expo to facilitate the process, and using React Native as the framework to build this mobile application. It's worth knowing that I am not aware of any IDE or any AI coding tool that allow you to build mobile applications from their from a browser-based system. So it is really nice to see that we are able to build these using AI and not have to worry about dragging and dropping, just like we have to do using FlutterFlow, or we also don't have to code because this is done for us. So right now, open a new pop-up. Let's open this and go back to Bolt. All right, so right now it looks like I can scan the QR code. Now it's really important to know that you will want to install the mobile application called Expo Go. It's available on the App Store, and I will show you right now how it looks like on iPhone, because that's what I have. But the mobile application that you want to install is this one specifically, and is created by NameTag. That's the official Expo application. So we're going to open this in Expo Go, and let's see what we get. And I connected my phone using the mirroring app, the iPhone mirroring app, just so I can show you. This is the app that it created. We have history, we have exercises, and we can select which exercises. We can also add new exercises, and we have a profile page. So I would say it's relatively nice in regards to what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is we need to create the Supabase connection. Actually, we're connect to Supabase right here from the tab, creating a brand new project. Excuse me. And what we would want to do is we would want to be able to save the data directly into the database, so we can make sure that everything works correctly. This is my phone. This is the preview that they use, which you can change to different devices. So Pixel 9, Galaxy 24, or iPhone 16, or it can be responsive. We're going to leave it like that because it's a little bit bigger. So wider, small. I think Galaxy 24 will be the one we end up using. All right, so we're connecting the database. There was an error. Okay. We'll attempt to paste this, apply the changes. This will allow us to have a database to save those workouts. We're going to let it create, and we're going to come back in a moment. And after solving quite a few issues, we were able to get the database integration to work. We're going to test it right now. All right, so this might be an issue to solve. Exercise. So we're going to solve the issue, make the base. So let's make sure that this is actually going to work for us, and that we can add those to the database, because that's actually one of the most important things that we need in the app, being able to create exercises so we can later on use during the workouts. We're going to let it work on it for a moment. And as you can see, there is a file that allows for that. Let's see what the issues are. Terminal errors. Let's solve them. Missing closing bracket. Easy enough to fix. There is a whole lot of problems. So we're going to let it fix them one by one. We're going to see what we come up with. I'm going to solve these errors in the background. And, oh, actually, I think it's done. There's another 10 minutes here. Fix it. I was going to say that I would pause the recording and come back, but I think we're pretty much done on that. I don't think that would be necessary. All right, so let's try adding a new exercise. The new exercise is bench press. We're not going to add it there. Got another error. The error was typing the exercise. It's pretty cool because I use Replit agents quite often and it catches the errors, but I have to go console and see the error here. It looks like it's saving them, sending it directly to the thread, so I can just go there. Okay, so it's a bench press to save. Okay, so I must be logged in. So there is no way to log in. So create. And all we're doing right now is we're making sure that we can create all these systems and processes that we need in order to make the app fully functional. There is a whole lot more that goes into creating this type of app, and hopefully I can create something that I can use myself when I go and work. But this is definitely a good starting point that will allow me to build a mobile app that as of last week I could not have built because there was no capabilities to build this type of mobile app. And now have it, is here, is available, and I am using it. So, that's quite nice. So I'm going to sign up, going to create account. Let's now try. Wait. Exercises that was available just a moment. Oh, it's not available anymore. As see, so we just need to make sure that it's back to where it needs to be, and we're able to use it. So right now it's updating the file. We're going to let it update for a moment, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be get it. Okay, so it's putting back the categories. Now let's pause it for a moment, and we're going to come back to it. It looks like after a few minutes, we are able to actually get it to work. To fix about 10 to 12 errors. So let's see. Bench press, or to saving the exercise, and we got bench press added there. Now we're going to go to the workout and click or button. Create work. So let's allow it create that functionality. And let's see how it goes. Moment. I gotta say though that this is actually fairly straightforward way to create. I have created before using FlutterFlow, and while it's relatively easy, it's no code, right? It still takes time. There's still a learning curve that you have to overcome, and you still have to work really hard to be able to achieve that. So still workout, click, but rec a work face. All right, let's see. So as I was saying, with FlutterFlow and similar applications, there's still a learning curve, and you still have to put in the work. You still have to drag and drop those elements to be able to achieve exactly what you're trying to achieve. So, all right, this is not working. Let me figure it out. I don't want to waste your time watching me trying to figure it out. Give me a second. Fortunately, I wasn't able to find a feed to be able to get routed to the new workout form. But as you can see, it is semi-functional application. Fortunately, that's one of the issues that I run into that we have to deal with if we actually want something functional. Um, I don't think I'm going to build this app out for myself. I'll probably build it out with time, but the lesson here is not that freaking routing is not working, but more that you can build mobile applications using AI, using Bolt with Expo and React Native and Supabase as your backend. And that's freaking phenomenal. It's crazy that in 2025, there are people still writing code to build mobile apps when you could be building them using Bolt. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Now, before you go, I want you to know that this is just the starting block for a much bigger feature that we can expect coming up in the coming weeks or months. And hopefully we get much more flexibility when it comes to building mobile apps using Bolt than we have right now. As you can see, it's still running into issues, but those issues are solvable if you're willing to put in the time and spend some time trying to understand exactly how to solve the issue. I just don't have the time to do that in this video, but it's completely possible. I had done it before for websites that have built using Bolt, and I'm confident that I could have done it for a mobile app using Bolt if I had the time and enough motivation to get it done. With that being said, I really appreciate you taking the time and watching this video. It really means a lot to me that you are watching right now until the end. And I want to ask you to please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Please help me reach more people out there and hopefully teach them a little bit about AI so they can change their life and get a better future for themselves. But other than that, thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next video.